Hello, my name's Lesley Atherton, and this piece of writing is called 7 Deadly Sins. Good afternoon to you all, and thank you all for your attentions. I know that as broadly manners Year 10 Religious Studies pupils, you'll recognise me as Mr. Coleman, your head teacher. Most of you will know that I'm here, back in the classroom, owing to Miss Chatterley's unfortunate accident earlier in the day. Yes, you over there with your hand up. No, I'm not at liberty to share information about a fellow staff member with pupils. Another question? Well, no, I'm not a qualified teacher of religion. I'm a maths teacher, as some of you in the lower sets will know. Unfortunately, no supply teachers were available to cover your class at such short notice, as the unfortunate incident occurred only a short time ago. So you're stuck with me. Yes, I'm expecting sighs, but I think you'll find it a most interesting lesson. I can't find Miss Chatterley's lesson plan, and she's not in a fit state to answer the phone, so that leaves me to my own devices. Right, so lesson started. I've decided to do something quite exciting for you all today. Instead of going through textbooks, I've decided to talk to you about something fascinating. Our lesson subject is to be the 7 deadly sins. I'm assuming you'll have heard of these despite your youth and inexperience, but how many of you can name them all? Silence? That's interesting. What about naming just one of them? Tell you what, what's your favourite deadly sin? Or even the most deadly? You over there. Yes, you lanky fellow with the bowl cut and the glasses. Go on, say it out loud. Straighten your tie while you're at it. What do you think? Murder? Of course you would say that, as it's the only bad thing you can think of that's deadly because it involves killing. But, and you may be surprised to hear this, murder isn't even one of the 7 deadly sins. Can anyone even hazard a guess as to what they might be? Nobody? OK, so I'm going to share all 7 with you throughout the lesson, but I'm first going to talk to you about my particular favourite, gluttony. My word, food, glorious food. It means eating and drinking too much for those of you who have more basic vocabularies. And who doesn't love eating and drinking too much? Do you remember that 70s art film about a group of gourmands who decided to eat themselves to death? I loved that, and I have a clip for you shortly. What do you mean you're only 40? Oh, yeah. Of course, thinking about it, perhaps it isn't particularly appropriate for your age group. I suppose that some of you, the chavs and those with liberal and lax parents, might have seen another film, 7. It's got Brad Pitt in. No? Oh, I see a few heads nodding. The children I would have expected. The whole point of that film is that lots of people are murdered in ways that reflect the 7 deadly sins. It's a disturbing film, but I found it quite fascinating that the man who'd been murdered because of his gluttony didn't bother me a bit. I thought it was a good way to go, to be honest. But the scene of the man who'd been murdered because of his sloth and was more wretchedly skinny than any man has any right to be. Oh, it was absolutely terrifying. I was going to play a bit of that DVD, but now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. No, don't sigh and complain. Watching a DVD isn't always an easy option. And I'm thinking of the parental complaints more than anything. Anyway, that's gluttony and sloth covered. What do you mean you want to know them all? Here you are then. Sloth and gluttony, we know all about these two now. And there's also envy, pride, lust, wrath and greed. All right now, students. I'm a little rusty at this teaching lark nowadays, so instead of me talking about them, I'm going to get you to do a little writing. So now it's time for you to select the sin you'd like to write about. Aha, I can see we have a hand up in the corner. Which of the 7 deadly sins are you going to write about, young lady? Lust? Oh, my word. I'm not sure I can say anything to you lot, and I'm beginning to feel that this lesson wasn't the best idea. That's what happens when you're put on the spot. Dear me, please stop giggling about lust at the back. You're making me get in all of a fluster. Tell you what, children, I'm not feeling it too brilliantly. Yeah? Oh, OK, you may write about lust if you wish. No cheering, children. This is supposed to be a religious studies class, remember? It's a serious subject, so no smut. Now, please stop the giggling. I'm going to have a sit down now in front of the open window. Get writing and keep things clean.